Hello and welcome to Guuning to Old Trafford. This is Ibi and the main man, Shady.
Thank you so much, Ibi. Once again, it's an honor to be next to you. Guys, thank you so much for all your comments. Please like, comment, share, hit that bell notification, and we really appreciate all your support. Remember, Guuning to Old Trafford, by the fans, for the fans.
Exactly.
So we at our next segment, Ibrahim, a segment that's I'm really excited about.
I mean, we jumped into a time machine.
Yeah, yes, we did.
For our last segment, where we took you through the historic Highbury, and now we had to jump back onto a normal play.
And just for your guys' information, we actually had a poll on Instagram today.
Yeah.
And we had Enfield. Enfield was actually second, so we need to look at Enfield, you Liverpool supporters. We had Ibrox, which is your Rangers, and we had none other than Soccer City, FNB Stadium. FNB Stadium takes it. We just jump in a car. Let's take a quick drive.
Let's take a drive. We can do it straight outside
quick.
FNB, yeah?
And you know what we do before we get it? Hey, how was those days? Oh man, 2010 World Cup. Great stuff.
Amazing.
FNB Stadium.
Amazing.
Ibrahim.
So today's trip takes us all the way back.
Man.
Brings us back home actually. All the way to South Africa. A really memorable stadium. FNB. Some of us call it Soccer City. But we all know what it is. The big Calabash. The amazing stadium that's one of the beauty spots of Johannesburg.
Agreed.
It's a really historic stadium. And I'm going to hand over to Abdul to just give us some important facts about the stadium. And then we'll give you some of our key moments or some of the memories that it brings for us.
No, beautiful guys. So as Ibrahim said, the Calabash, right, the African pot, also known as Soccer City, home of Kaizer Chiefs and home of the Soweto Derby. The Soweto Derby is now, I think, this weekend. No, next weekend. So, actually, it would be good to go live at the Derby.
Let's look into that.
You guys want to join us? You can, but anyway.
Let us know in the comments, do you want us to go and watch the game live at FNB?
They just came out now, guys.
Yeah,
now we're
amazing.
talking.
So let us know. If you guys say yes, we're off. So,
Beautiful.
there's an opportunity for you to jump into the comments.
Okay. So, FNB Stadium opened in 1989. Redeveloped, obviously. Reopened again in 2009 for the World Cup. 1990, remember, the FNB Stadium had historic events. 1990, when President Nelson Mandela was released, he had his speech there. Also in 2013, his memorial service was there. It's a multi-service pitch where you had your Rugby World Championship there. It hosted the 2013 African Cup of Nations. And also, if you guys can remember, I don't know if you remember, but I remember, we were about 12 years old. 1996 African Cup of Nations. Shapa Mark Williams. 2-0 against Tunisia.
Brilliant.
And we took it.
I mean, what a team that Bafana team was. I mean, that was the only time that we were really proud. That and the 2010 World Cup. We were really proud of Bafana.
100%.
Because they really performed at the level we expect of a country like South Africa. Yeah.
Definitely. And also, guys, most important thing is that the opening and the closing of the 2010 World Cup. The focal point was at FNB Stadium, Soccer City. And I'm sure we watched, there's so many memories there. Also, guys, just quickly, sorry, Ibrahim, this wasn't in the script, but I need to quickly tell you guys a story. So, I was working, and big up for this company. After matric, I went to a company called PLP, where I was a call center agent, picking up the phones and, hello, good day, this is Coach Shady and... Okay, you know what I mean? So I was a call center agent, and I started studying, and I was doing my coaching badges. And in 2009, when the stadium was officially complete, next to the stadium is Safa House.
Yeah.
And if you guys know Safa House, the roof is a soccer ball.
Yeah.
And 3 months, about in January, just before July, the World Cup, we had a tour there. Safa took us for a tour. And I fell in love. And you won't believe, I'm sorry, PLP, Mr. Booth, and Amy Kleinhans was my boss. I resigned. I totally resigned for the World Cup. And guys, you won't believe, if you guys remember one of our lives where it once said, we drove to PE for the losers final, but we couldn't get back for the final. We watched it at my home. Monday morning, I woke up and no job. But just for the World Cup, so my whole life changed around. Sorry, Ibrahim, I took it there.
What a nice trip down memory
Yeah,
lane.
I just remembered. So for FNB Stadium, I fell in love with it. I actually resigned from my job. So yeah, thank you so much, FNB.
PLP's loss.
PLP's loss, 100%. And yeah, man, South Africa versus Mexico, that comes to my head. I mean, opener, Sifiwe Shabalala.
Oh, what a goal. And
Oh
I think
my
that united
God.
the entire...
Oh my God.
I mean, that celebration.
Yeah.
How
It was
Yeah, it was amazing, huh? Amazing
was
celebration,
good.
yeah.
So, yeah, Ibrahim, take us through your FNB moments.
I mean, I've got some moments there with, Orlando Pirates, and I'm a Buccaneer, so, up the Bucks. Got a lot of good memories with Orlando Pirates at FNB. I've got some moments with Bafana. I've got some moments with the Springboks. I think they beat New Zealand there as well.
Correct.
But I think the one that stands out for me was the World Cup quarterfinal, where Bagana played against Uruguay.
Oh, the Suarez bite.
And we were in the stadium. It was an ice cold night. In the stadium. And it's the first time we're thinking, African team is going to progress to the semi-finals of the World Cup. The goal, it looks like it's going in. Suarez, ex-Liverpool, dirty player. Never liked him. And I think that's, deeply rooted in me that I don't like a player.
But I think
Suarez.
all Africans, man.
No, but
Suarez broke us.
He's a good
man.
player, but a
he's
dirty
brilliant.
player, right?
Very dirty.
But he did what all of us would have done. He dived
For your country.
Exactly. Handled it. And it was still in Ghana's hands to put it away.
Yeah.
And Asamoah Gyan, I think it was.
Yes, correct. That was,
Who
he was
you
stopped.
would bet your house on for him to put that away,
He doesn't.
misses the penalty. And Bagana lose to Uruguay.
I was there, Ibrahim, also. And
then he scores in the shootout.
He scores in a shootout. I'll never forget, and I'm sure I'm going to take you to memory. 90-minute went into extra time. But I remember that 15 minutes between the full time and the extra time, and I'm sure you're going to remember this. They played Waka Waka. And the whole stadium went wild. Because like Ibrahim just said, we all wanted Bagana, first African team to make it in a semi-final, and the stadium was rocking. I've never I'm getting shivers now. Like really, I was even on the side and I was doing my thing. And
I had my Ghana top on. Nice, so Ghana gets kicked out. My hate for Luis Suarez intensified, which I loved because he was a ex-Liverpool or Liverpool player. The hate for him intensified. But I had my Ghana top on. Okay. So disappointed, walking out of the stadium, and I meet a guy from Brazil.
Okay.
Who was here for the World Cup. And he stops me, he says, love the top. In memory of this game, let's do a shirt swap.
Are you serious?
So in the corridors of FNB Stadium, we pull off, and at that time, I had a bit of a better physique than what I have now.
Yeah, now we have got problems, guys. We
not shy to pull the top off. Handed him the Ghana top.
Amazing.
Got a genuine 1998, I think it was 98 or was it 2002, Brazil World Cup top, the yellow one.
Wow.
With Ronaldo at the back. Amazing.
Mapumbi.
R9 Ronaldo. I'm not going to say original Ronaldo.
Yeah, no. This is
goal. I'll say R9 Ronaldo. That memory, the shirt is still in my cupboard. I should have actually brought it out.
And next time, guys, we're going to have it. Can we have it just in a special edition?
Definitely.
We just put it here.
That's one of the memories, and it will always be in my memory banks. So
absolutely brilliant.
That's a memory. Abdul, for you?
I was my brother Muaz was a diehard. Still is an Arsenal supporter, and I took him for the Holland and Denmark match.
Oh, brilliant!
It was a Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock kickoff. It was 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. 4 o'clock kickoff, and I'll never forget. We were sitting behind the poles, the soccer poles, and we saw 45 minutes of Lord Bentner. I know you guys remember Lord Bentner. I love Lord Bentner. He was a character. So we watched Lord Bentner for 45 minutes, and then we watched your man, my man too.
Future United legend.
I'm not gonna Robin van Persie. Robin van Persie, guys. I don't know if you watched him.
Player.
He had his legs were a little bit back, but his movement, his acceleration, the way he touched the ball, Bentner also.
And at that point, he was just at that rise. Huh?
Oh,
He was just driving.
And guys, the reason this was my favorite game at FNB is because both of these teams, I mean, Lord Bentner was our striker, Van Persie was on the rise. So for us to go and watch these guys was a dream come true. I remember that game fondly because, if I'm not mistaken, I think it ended 1-1. No, sorry, the Netherlands 2. Robin van Persie scored, Aaron Robben scored. You know that cut-in goal? So it was 2-0 to Netherlands. Bentner had a good game. But I remember my brother getting so excited about it because these are the same guys he's watching on TV. So I remember that fondly.
I was in the stadium as well, Abdul.
You there?
I was there. Yeah.
Look again. So you also watch a lot of games at FNB.
I mean, I try to go to as many as I
Okay,
could. Yeah.
so I got another one also, and I'm sure you were here also because I know you didn't miss this one. And if you did, I'm going to be upset with you. It was a Sunday afternoon, Ivory Coast, Brazil.
I was there.
You were there.
What
Am I
a
right?
game, what a
Right,
game.
so guys, Ivory Coast in Brazil, obviously the winners 3-1. I was getting engaged on that day. and I remember I left my engagement at 2:30. Actually, I'm sorry, Masia. I left my wife. And she was the last one with the serpent and stuff. And I had my vuvuzela and stuff. And I rushed to the stadium. So my engagement never ended. I was at the stadium. So I remember this very fondly. And it was winter,
So
you know.
he resigned from his job and he stood up his wife to get to the World
This
Cup.
World Cup was
I mean,
bad.
what commitment from Abdul? That was
And it's the truth, guys. Like, honestly, I didn't finish it. And my grandfather-in-law actually was very upset with me. For almost 2 years. For almost 2 years, he was upset with me. So, make me laugh, as they say.
Yeah, but it's water under the bridge.
It's water under the bridge. And so I remember that I'm going through this and I'm trying to remember. And also, Ibrahim, let's not forget that FNB Stadium is such a beautiful multi-service at concerts. We can host any international concert at any time.
I mean, it's up to international standards.
Yeah,
I think at full capacity, it can take up to 95,000. It's a 95,000 seater,
correct.
which is amazing. Really huge stadium. And you only appreciate FNB when you're inside FNB.
Yeah.
The outside is amazing. The way it was designed is really, really brilliant. But when you step onto the stands and you look at the pitch, it's pristine, up to the standards of European stadiums and international stadiums. So big up to up to FNB and what they've done with that stadium. So
wow, what a segment,
amazing
man.
segment, taking us back home, bringing us back home. Welcome to South Africa. And that was when South Africa was still really optimistic. Didn't look like there were going to be many issues.
Shame, man.
I wish we could rewind back.
We haven't had a World Cup since, eh?
No.
Bafana,
So
man.
I wish we could. I mean, that's the only way Bafana qualify for World Cups nowadays. So let's see. Anyways, thank you so much. And
That was amazing.
let us know, Liverpool fans, if you want Anfield next, make sure that you're voting
please.
on our polls on Instagram to get Anfield.
But just be very careful. Because Enfield also you guys got a little bit of hiding. So they need to be careful.
Very careful.
Be very
and
careful.
Remember, we're going to talk about our memories.
Yeah.
And when we talk about Enfield,
Oi.
it could be a little bit painful for you guys.
Shame
but anyways,
guys. We love you guys, man.
We love you.
We still
Thanks
love
for
you.
joining. Like, share, subscribe. If you're not already, start following us. Come on, support us. And also head over to Instagram because Instagram is rocking. So with that, we are
Guuning to Old
Trafford.
Trafford.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.